What's up, boss Tweezy? It's your boy Dun BZ, and we're coming to you here live from the Stacey. And we're back at it again with another episode of the Jam Skating News. Shouts out to my LED lights because my LED lights have not worked in months. So I went to bed on Saturday and I got up and my hallway was glowing red. And I'm like, hey, yo, is the police outside with their lights on or something? Why is the whole hallway red? So I walk back into the room and I see that the LED lights suddenly started working. And I was like, great. So boom, back to flexing the lights. Every single day when I walk around, it's so wild to be where I am emotionally with my place in my life in the United States. When I crash landed back in the States in 2021, man, I was ready to go. I'm gonna have to take all these posters down, put this stuff in a box, green screen, lights. Furniture, this desk, the desk that I'm on right now, the dresser that my television is currently sitting on. Now, real life, I was gonna break it down and see if one of my friends could help me store it. Because I got all of this off Amazon except for this desk, so I could put all of this back in the box. 365 from now, take it back out the box. So when I come back, I already got the studio ready. Oh, what did he say? Now I gotta go to school in the area. In the area, come back to live in the DMV. So I come back and live in the DMV anyway. It's been a ride. What did I type? The back wheel of my inline skate has fallen off like every 2 days, literally. I forgot to tell y'all. Last week when I skated to Union Station, my back wheel fell off. I was like halfway there. And it was only like 6 blocks. And this is after checking it every single day. So a couple days ago, I got to the point where I started trying to use Loctite because I realized I was just screwing it in. So I used Loctite, and tell me why it came loose again. So the last time it came loose was like 2 days ago. Today it was good though. There was one morning where I realized it was loose and I made sure to sit down and put the Loctite on it 20 minutes before I left. So this made me start thinking like, what is it about you and Loctite that's not clicking? And for the first time, it's something kind of clicked for me. I tried to even nudge the other wheels with my axle, with my tool. You can't even turn the bolts if they're locked in properly. There's not an ability to slightly adjust it. It's not like a quad skate where you can just adjust the bolt with the tool at any moment in the session and it will hold at that point and you're going to continue to roll. Like there's a choice that gets made when you tighten your skate wheels on a inline skate because the axle has to stay there. So I'm like, if it's turning and you have the ability to even tighten or loosen it, that means that you didn't lock tight it and then lock it into the threads on the other side of the frame and then give it some time to sit there because that's what you really needed to do. And that's the purpose of the Loctite. So, boom. Well, currently, I was able to Loctite it up and it hasn't came loose since. But you know what I mean? I'm saying, but you know what I mean because I'm trying to think. I don't know what I need to say next. And I'm saying, but you know what I mean instead of adding substance. You got me. I want to take a second and look at where I am with 100 hours of inline skating. I think it's Tuesday. I think the last time I checked it, I was on 65, so I'm on 67 hours. 67 hours, 6 weeks, that's 100 hours at 5 hours a week. So if I get a couple skates in, it'll be quicker. And if I skate more on the weekend, just on adventures, like to go skate, quad skate, it'll be quicker. So fun fact, sweet chili Doritos do not have red 40 dye in them. Nacho cheese and the Cool Ranch do. So for anybody that's wondering about the artificial dyes in Doritos, I checked the bag. I switched the what's it called? The desktop to my actual television instead of having the desktop be my actual desktop, and I kind of love this decision. So every single time I need a desktop, I can drag it. I'm a little early. I wanted to get to reacting because I'm sitting here talking, yapping, no reacting. I can pull a video up while I'm doing all this yapping. So after that, and after I my back wheel situation is still developing, is what I will say. I also want to give a praise report for growth. My gaming page got 2 more subscribers, and so I'm currently at 20 subscribers. So breaking news, the Stuttering Skater is live. Okay. So we got, oh, he talking about his skate drop. A 3-wheel inline skate. Okay, I got a question. I heard that a 3-wheel inline skate will the rival a quad skate with more versatility. Do you think this is true? Oh, y'all can't see it. I'm about to press send on this joint.
And thankfully, we both have a pretty good relationship with
There it is.
Matthias Power
Yeah.
Slide,
Yeah,
and
Before Terrace is crazy.
yeah, he was kind enough to jump on board as a collaboration partner. And then we knew, I think, pretty early on, we knew
Here we
that
go.
we wanted to create something that gave all skaters, regardless of their foot size or skill level, a similar experience, which I think is, it's really
And
core
now
to
we
the whole
wait.
like endless philosophy. That's kind of how I've always tried to recommend frames to people. But I think we put out a skate that really kind of embodies that. But maybe you can talk a little bit about that.
Yeah.
The boot to frame ratio.
And read in the chat.
Yeah. So
Yes, I buy some with purple accents in them instant. Whoa.
As I've grown on social media, I get quite a few messages online, and excuse me, and it's always like, hey, like I want to try rollerblading.
Does he mean
what
yes, they
skate
will rival quad
should I
skates?
get? And I always
Let me add them.
I'm like kind of a maximizer.
If
I
you're
wanna
able to
ask,
get some wishy tape.
tell me your size, like yada yada yada, and like I had people who message me and say like, I want to get this skate. Is it a good,
Let me
is it
ask a
good
second time with an
decision? And I
ad.
was just like, okay, you're a
If you're able to
size
get some.
11 and you're buying a skate that has an
He's
80,
paying attention to it.
or
He's paying
80
attention to it.
millimeters setup with a 243 millimeter frame. So your boot is here, and then your frame is like here underneath you.
My real question is, will it come in a 13?
You're gonna have a bad time. And I kind of felt like, and I understand if you're like in the skate manufacturing business, it's hard to uh cater to everyone in the same way. But I felt like there wasn't a product on the market that was
He doing all this
consistent
math. I don't
to
understand why
boot out
inline
in order to,
skaters don't just have shoe sizes.
or everyone has the same skate experience out of the box. And I would always get kind of frustrated with that because I felt that was like holding.
And he's talking about a size
sport.
11.
If
Is that big for
the
inline?
average person's experience out of the box is painful or highly consequential, I kind of want to change it a little bit, if that makes sense. So that's what got me kind of thinking on if I'm gonna come out with a project. I want to have 3 different.
His skates only come into a 10 and a half.
Yeah.
I think that we should just come to terms. I think we should come to terms with that. 10 reasons to start wizard skating. I think this is something I can get into. Let's check out the playlist. I'm gonna do this with y'all on the screen. I'm not even gonna hide my playlist selection from the world. I'm gonna let you know who I am on the inside. These are the videos that I said I wanted to react to. Hammers are coming back. Oh, Dylan versus Leroy, or Leroy versus Dylan. It's crazy that this video has 54 views. 54 views. Moments like this are when I know I'm maybe one of the only people still watching competitive jam skating. Leroy versus Dylan, 18 plus. Leroy knocks Dylan Morton out of the bracket. Think about that for a second. Let's think about this for a second. You go to a roller skating tournament. Dylan Morton enters. He does not win. Who won? When did they win? How did they win? What was the activities that happened during the win? Sometimes I feel like the biggest Dylan hater of all time because I will watch battles that he loses and break them down from beginning to end. Like, okay, now let's look at the first battle. Think about the stats. Come up with the stat report. Who's on the scouting report? Write the scouting report on this man and put it on the internet. This is the scouting report on Dylan Morton. I think this battle's interesting. First, it's 5 minutes long. They put the finals battle up as well. The finals battle is 9 minutes long. I said I was going to watch inline skating videos and look at me. Vincent versus Leroy. Air flares into a windmill is bonkers. He is going crazy. Pulling out all the stops. Gets the thumbnail. But let's just think about the timing. I guess you're not skating the whole time, but it's twice as much battle because there are 4 rounds. So, chat, do you want me to watch that video or do you want me to watch inline skating videos? I mean, I technically told my story. I technically did what my stream was about. I'm working on my copywriting and my thumbnails. I spent a lot of time watching trash YouTube. I'm not proud of it. But I did learn a lesson in clickbait titles. The other thing that I wanted to take a second and talk about since we are on the topic of inline skaters. Tom Moyes shouted me out for the love on the last stream reaction. I've been looking at that comment at work and smiling. I was like, yay. Because we're Tom Moyes fans over here. I got a couple comments to react to. Sometimes I don't respond all the time because I be trying to think. Tom Moyes. And I spoke about him so highly. I don't know, Boss Tweezy. So, like, my mind is telling me no. But my body. My body's telling me yes. So I do want to take a second and look at a couple stuttering skater clips. Because I started thinking about something watching these videos.
Right and left.
Let's react. Y'all see how he's selling skates now? I think I talked to. Actually, that was from a deleted scene. That's the real play. People get popular, they start selling skates. Let's look at this for a second.
Take the 6th Avenue.
Crossovers. I'm just going to call out all of the roller skate maneuvers. Crossovers in both directions, weaving buses and vans, threading more needles.
That's blocked off.
Skating backwards downhill.
All right, we got the merge from Broadway.
Full speed weaves. Look how he got to turn his
the
body
buckle
to
right
get
here.
through the cars in real time.
We made it.
Hacking rush hour traffic. Keeping up with the face of speed skating. Sketching on a bike is crazy.
For being on rocker skates,
Oh, they are.
pretty solid, man. Stay down wide.
Pusherman, no. No! Copyrighted music. Look how close that was. They are not skating slow. They are leaving their videographer. They're riding past a bike. Weave. Backwards. Do you know how fast you have to push backwards to do this in traffic? That move, that's an easy way to trip and fall. In order to power slide to avoid running into the back of a truck? What did you say? What? What? It was at that moment that I knew. Skating 1.5 miles both ways in Southeast DC is not going to get me ready for that. I need a videographer that can skate just as good as me. Because there's that moment you see when they like cut through that traffic. How did he live? I mean, I guess the video came out, but make sure it's muted. I'll get ready for the pause so we can see it together. Here. What vehicle could a person be in to follow somebody on this path? This light is turning green. All of these cars are about to say go. There's a truck. Two Gatorade bottles from your face. Truck. Right here. These dudes just darted in front of a car. You saw a little peek of his head before he came over. Bro, you know the other thing I started thinking about? This right here. I've been watching a lot of these. Excuse me, I'm coughing and choking.
Are you pulling up? What?
Because I got
What are
the
you
action
doing?
cam too, and I've been thinking
Someone's
about different
double parking.
videos.
I knew it. Yeah, it's just yellow.
Oh, bro, come on, man. Come on, man. Look at this cut. There's a car.
I'm glad I brought it back.
There's a car in his back. Look. Two Gatorade bottles. There's a car, two Gatorade bottles from both of his ears. Backwards. Skating full speed down the street in traffic. Turn around, skate backwards to weave a car. Did you see the steez? Let's look at his face after this. Man, I'm sweet. Ooh, I'm sweet. That boy said I'm sweet. He said I'm sweet. Oh my God, I'm sweet. This was a cool move. You gotta hold the camera. This part right here. He's holding a stick in his hand. So in addition to skating, you're also thinking about the stick. Weaving. Bro, I Loctited it, and I have Loctite. Don't come in here. Don't come in here 2 weeks later talk about Loctite. Bro, I have Loctite. It was locked. I put Loctite on it.
Making our way downtown. Oh,
People just be saying Loctite like the process is straightforward. Your wheel could
we
still
love
come
that
off.
Con Ed truck. I don't know why that Con Ed was trying to force it on their fender. Got the cops right here.
He's singing the song.
Great job.
Maybe it's the terrain
Let's
in New
speed
York.
past this.
And deep down inside my head, and get back on quads. Why did you have to say that about inline skates? What did inline skates do to you, Haley? I'm not just. That's dangerous. Nah, man. You need to stop acting like that and just get to skating in the street. Like a real man. This is the best way. I think that I could do some
Right.
videos. Oh, yeah. They talk about congestion pricing, too. Skate, okay. Talking about commuting in DC.
That's blocked off.
Oh, backwards. All the skates.
All right, we got the merge from Broadway.
See that hand switch? Bike lane break. That jump over the curb. Ooh, did you see that quick? This right here is hard. This is hard to do fast on the first take without eating a face full of concrete. Like he passes somebody in the hallway at work.
We got the popo right here. We made it.
Iota practice.
Right. and
Like
left.
step practice? Who told you about that? Who told you about that? Oh, you're talking about skates. So bada bing, bada boom. Let's look at some more inline skate videos since I'm here. I promised myself I would not look at any Jam Skating Nationals clips. I promised myself I wouldn't react. The rise of Power Slide. This is cool. Whoa, this is cool. I love the rise of videos. Are they copying my whole flow? Word for word, bar for bar? Because 4 months ago, I dropped the Moxie video. There's somebody from Power Slide is going to be watching this. Like, no, we're not copying your whole flow. I do have some new lock nuts. I could try to switch those out. If it come loose again, I'll put a new one in. I wanted to react to. Excuse me, I coughed. I just heard it back, and I don't remember saying excuse me. I do like their vibe. Power Slide produces some really nice videos. Rolling with neon wheels. Rainy sessions with Lomax. How to push correctly. I think that I would have less foot pain if I push more properly.
Welcome to this Power Slide technical tips video. Today,
Do y'all think I could get a Power Slide deal? Drop a 1 in the chat. Drop something I need to do to get a Power Slide deal. Do I need to skate in the street like the stuttering skater to get that Power Slide deal? Bro out here dressed like the Silver Surfer.
And we will talk about how
He
to
fast. He got that, yeah, boy, I'm faster than a mug. Look.
make a super good push when you're skating.
Look at his body. Like each and every
On skate, it's a very important moment because this is what will create most of our speed. It's not only about having big legs and a lot of muscle, it's also a lot about applying the perfect push direction with a nice pressure
Applying the
or
perfect
the nice
push direction.
contact point you can get with the ground. So today, the first advice I would like you to try is to make a push as much possible to the side. The more we can push to the side, the more
Push to the
effectiveness
side.
we will get to the push. Of course, when we do acceleration, we can push little more behind, but when we reach our maximum speed or when we reach the speed we want to keep, we want to push as much as we can to the side.
When you push on the side, you have to keep the 4 wheels as long as possible.
So it's important when you make your push,
Whoa.
it's important to keep some pressure or some compression on the wheels. There is probably different words in English to express exactly what I want to say, but you want to keep some pressure on the wheels. And you can have the distance of your push to the side really depend how long you can keep this pressure. As soon as this pressure disappears, you can stop pushing and go.
So what I'm thinking is a nice even push onto the ground and contact. And I'm kind of connecting some things to what they're saying about a nice long stride and making sure all 4 wheels are connecting. Sometimes when I'm T-stopping, I notice that I'm using different parts of the blade. When I can T-stop and connect all 4 wheels on the blade, I feel a lot more comfortable. So tomorrow when I'm skating, I want to make sure that I'm doing the same thing when I'm pushing out and keeping it on for a nice long stride. I've also been thinking about ways. To improve my arms as well and standardize them to make sure that I'm using them. Sometimes I get lazy and I keep them down, but making sure I'm getting that bend because I can feel my body moving in tandem more when I'm incorporating my arms. On an airplane, when you take a nylock off, you don't reuse it. Hey, man. Now I got to get on Google. Because you
Go to
talk
the
about
next
stuff,
step.
bro. I didn't work
So
on
really
airplanes.
understand,
I'm not trying to say
you
this
try
in the
to push
combative
as
way,
long-
but in the real way, man. I have never in my life considered that. Maybe a car. Talk about fixing
as
airplanes.
possible only if you have pressure under your skate.
Push. Oh, this boy swagging. Hang that stab. Look at his alignment. The alignment on his left skate. It'll be this is where it looks for you. The alignment between his skate wheel, his ankle, and then his leg. It's not like a bend. It could be like this, but instead it's all like this. And then, huh! I get it. I get the double push. I get it. He's double pushing. There's one push that comes back with this leg. And then the other push is his foot coming forward.
As soon as you land your skate to the ground, remember the previous video, you land your skate to the ground, then you try to create some pressure on the wheels, and from there, you have to keep this feeling of pressure to maintain your push. As long as you can keep this feeling of pressure,
This is probably
you will
going to
get a
help
nice
me
push.
skate uphill
And
better
one way
too.
to detect if your push is correct, if you are able to push slow to the side, that means you have a good pressure on the ground. If your push is just going super fast away
Push quality.
from you, if you feel that you don't control the push, the speed of the push, it means that you don't really control your push. So keep this pressure and then apply a slow push as long as you can. If you can see that your leg is slipping, is going away from you, it means you don't have enough push quality at this moment.
One good tip to push in your four wheels is to push and keep the pressure in the heel as long as possible.
Pressure
One
in
good
the
exercise
heel.
to push is to try in the straight line, for example, you try to keep your skate on the ground when you skate. In the corner, you can skate freely to maintain your speed. When you arrive in the straight line, try to keep the two skates on the ground, keep the pressure when you do your push, and try
That's
to see
one thing
if
that's
you can
different.
maintain your speed in each lap time like this.
On
Another
quad
good
skates, I
exercise
put
would be
my
also
pressure more on my
to
toes.
skate with a friend, and the second skater in the straight line, try to follow the same step and try to keep the skate on the ground at the same time, only in the straight line.
Another good exercise to work on the push. At the end of the push, you can lift the front.
Important detail is to really finish the cross. And when we say finish the cross, we mean that the left leg is already coming to the side, almost coming back a little bit in front with the four wheels on the ground. So let's check with Theo technique what he's doing when I'm telling him finish the cross.
This is what I'm really there. That extra push, that extra E, and then you jump off the E into the E. Yeah, one of the things I wanted to do with the challenge is increase my understanding of rollerblading. The slide and drag, Nicolo Torelli. So you got to deal with him. Improving your landing. Landing where? Landing what? Where? How to choose your skate. Urban style. Skate fresh. Okay, skate fresh. This is cool. I gotta check these guys out. Let me get focused. I never watched this. Let's talk roller skating 2025. How wizard skating changed rollerblading. It's time. It's time.
How has this had any effect?
Did we watch this already? I remember watching this and talking so much trash about it. Why am I so excited now?
Wizard skating has been around for
10 reasons to start wizard skating.
less than 10 years,
Let's
but
think
there's
about
already
snacks.
so many interesting things you can do with it. Whether you just want to glide around
Reasons to start wizard skating.
and get fit, or learn some tricks and push your creativity, there's something there for everyone, and there's a reason it's gaining in popularity all the time. So here's 10 reasons to start
pretty
wizard
cool.
skating. All the stunts are performed by
Do not
professionals.
attempt to
Do not
recreate anything you see in this video. Stunts are performed by professionals. How much you want to bet I can recreate the things in this video? I'm going to go outside and first try the things in this video.
attempt this yourself. Straight out the gate, it's a great way to keep fit and active. Get that water into your system, shovel down a well-balanced nutritious diet, grab a steady 8 hours kip, stretch, and do a little bit of wizard skating. You'll feel like one of them centurions with the
Slide
nice conditioned
heels.
mane on the top. It'll be like your body's been given a full MOT, man. Everything will be optimised, man. You'll be a machine. Wizard skating has to be the least
Okay, that
stressful
1 foot
cardio
slide
you can
down.
do. With running, you're just pounding your feet into the ground, rattling your spine loose. Look, I made this nice picture on Strava. Boring. Your wife left you a nice little message on Strava. Says, it's over, you're dull. Traditional exercise is
Strava.
beige, whereas wizard skating is a kaleidoscope of colours. Once you're done running, you've still got to either run home or walk home.
I'm pretty tired. Think I'll go home now.
But with wizard skating, once you
Ooh,
stop,
come off
the wheels will
backwards,
just
rolling
keep you
down on the
rolling.
toes.
It's a two-way exercise relationship. You give a little, it gives you a little bit back. You're also not stuck in a gym, breathing in clouds of other people's sweat and guff. You're outside sucking on fresh air.
bro.
The world is your gym. And it
Where'd you
won't
get these
feel
clips
like
from?
a chore. You'll just be flying around, having
Look
a
at
good
that.
time. And as a
Ain't-
bonus, you get
gotta
in
have
fit.
to roll
If
to
you
the
did
toes
wanna
of the
turn it
heels
up
to
a
the
notch,
jump.
You could go long distance, practice some maneuvers, engage a few
Ooh,
core muscles, and all
wee.
without the impact of other exercises, especially compared to aggressive
Oh,
rollerblading.
it's a
The
banger.
body is not always up for being bounced off ledges or thrown downstairs. You keep practicing them toe and heel presses and you'll have calves like Jack Grealish.
My granddad used to play football who had big calves. My mom actually has big calves as well.
2. It is absolutely superb for your mental health. Life is chaos. Everything in the news is pure misery. And if your brain's anything like mine, a kennel full of Rottweilers barking the dial-up tone,
wow.
occasionally
Look at the
stopping
face
to go, "Can I leave
close-ups."
the oven on." Sometimes you need a break from all that, and wizard skating's it.
From
Lower
that
the
wizard
background
skating to
noise,
lower the
remove
background
static
noise,
from
remove
life.
the static.
Namaste. There's something about effortlessly gliding along that tells your brain everything's gonna be alright, you know, like, and the endorphins start to bubble up. It can allow you to be very present in the moment. It can give you like motivation.
motivating.
You can set attainable goals with it. This can be anything from learning to go forward, maybe a fakey gazelle or a heel press, and then later on more advanced combinations of moves. You learn how to overcome obstacles, see how all the
You
little
can
movements piece
start-
together to make a bigger picture.
I should become a wizard skater. Think about it. Think about it. Think about it. Think about it. Think about this. Think about this. Think about this. Because of the obstacles, I can be more athletic than most of the game. Who gonna dance better? The more I look at all of these wizard moves, the more I feel like it's still not dancing on roller skates. I think it's like there's an element of the dead's connectivity that has not been tapped.
Picture. Wizards getting moves will
A
help
lot
you
of
understand
heels
the
next to
importance
each
of
other,
technique
toes
and
next to each
persistence.
other.
The more advanced moves
The
are not
way
something
that they're
you can
turning
just, like,
on their
wing
feet.
easily. It can teach you a lot about determination, and it makes the achievements that much more rewarding. It can be physical Sudoku if you want it to be. Best of all, you'll be having fun and doing exercise all at the same time, and these mental skills are transferable to all aspects of life. It's up to you what you want to get out of it. It could just be a leisurely break from all the noise
wow,
and chaos,
in the snow?
or it could be like a
That's a
challenge
nice little
for
roll.
you, something more to learn.
Ooh,
3.
jump
If there's
over
a
the
best
thing, hit the
style of
slide.
exam, it's definitely multiple choice. Why? Because you have options. If you're playing Street Fighter, maybe you don't always want to be Eddie Honda. Well, guess what? You've got options. Chun-Li, Ryu, Ken, Dao Sim. Most popular meal for young kids in the UK. Pick and mix. Lots of variety. The government recommends like 7 fruit and veg a day, not 1. And Wizards Skating also has lots of variety. You can go full tech genius,
Wizard
glide
has a
master
variety.
10,000 on a tennis court. You can lean into the more aggressive side of things and go street skating with it, test your skill. They can handle more boisterous terrain than the aggressive skates as well.
That's a lot.
Maybe you just want to go as fast as you possibly can, try and break like a land speed record. You can do that. Go for a long distance skate. Maybe you're using
wow.
it as
In the
transport.
rain,
It's a jack
long
of all
distance
skating
transport.
styles, and it's good at all of them. So you've got those options. You can even have a different number of wheels, depending on
not
what you
the
want to
Tom
do with it.
Moyes in the
Different frames,
Wizard
natural
skating
rocker,
frames.
progressive rocker, advanced. It's a Swiss Army skate, does everything. If you're into the videos and you think they're of value, you can really help me out by supporting me by either giving me like a like. I've got merch you can buy. There's a Patreon with exclusive videos, that kind of stuff. Channel membership as well. It really does help me out and keep me making these things, so cheers. 4, you can do it on your own. You don't need to rely on other people. You don't need another team to turn up to play a game. You don't need to train to get on the team. You can just go and do it. Getting scheduled
So I need to jump over the thing and then slide down the other side of the
like
ring.
trying to put together a 10,000 piece puzzle of a brick wall. With Wizard Skating, you decide when and where.
Ooh, that's pretty
All you need
epic.
is the skates, yourself,
Oh,
and
up
you're
the
off.
hill, down
if
the
you see a window
wall.
of opportunity during your day, you can jump straight out the thing. It's a great feeling going out there and doing something on your own. Not just like sitting there by the phone, just like waiting for it to ring. Maybe you want to get in some low-key practice without anybody else, so the next time you go out, you can surprise them with your nightmare gazelle. Maybe even
All you
invent
need
your
is
own move.
$1,000
Absolutely
skates.
blitz your mate the next time you come out. Where did you learn that? Once you start doing something on your own, you realise it applies to a lot of things. Like, you don't need anybody else. You're a complete independent person now. The Independence Day movie was just a big metaphor for you getting out there and doing things on your own. Wizard Skating is your key to that.
I seen
The
that clip. The
president
run up the wall,
fighting
jump down
aliens.
was epic.
Mate, come on. Maybe you're just sick of hearing people talk about how their kid made some art out of dried pasta or how they've got nits. Go out there, get some peace and quiet, enjoy yourself, stuff the rest of them. It is definitely like top 5 things to do on your own. Bowling, reading, counting backwards, shadow boxing, and wizard skating. Go wizard skating with your dog, you'd be hurtling. 5, low risk, high reward. Especially compared to aggressive skating,
that's a
which
banger.
has an aging demographic who might want to consider like a mid-season transfer. You're not in your 20s anymore. You may still feel like you're in your 20s with your ice baths, your stem cells and Zen lifestyle. They may even call you the local Wim Hof. Oh look, there he goes now, Jim Goff. Can you believe he's actually 39? Yeah, I can. He's built like a Vermont.
The thing about wizard skating as a concept, and people talking about not aggressive skating because wizard skating is like, is wizard skating a scam? Is crazy. 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 That's such a realistic thing to be saying to people right now in their skate journey. Back to the album, though. Is wizard skating a scam? So this is just a big ad. I'm not going to subject y'all to an ad. Learn wizard skating.
I have a delay switch on new ideas, and it takes me a while to absorb
His
stuff.
wizard skating
Sometimes
is scam.
it's a 24-hour period, sometimes it's 2 hours, and other
Sometimes 2
times
hours,
it's an
and other
entire
times 4.
decade.
It's an entire decade.
And I think sometimes that serves a purpose. So with regards to wizard skating, I found out about wizard skating like 10 years ago. I met Leon at Shop Task, and we skated a couple of times. And I remember one time he was talking all about wizard skating. He was talking about this flatland stuff he was doing that was about tricks and basics stringing together in a sequence on flatland. And I immediately thought, is he injured? What's wrong with Leon?
Is he injured?
He's
What's
such
wrong
an
with
amazing,
Leon?
aggressive skater. But these ideas were completely dispelled when I went skating with him, and I had a pretty good jump at the time, and I was jumping onto things and very proud of myself for the height I was getting, and he was doing the same thing but landing them backwards. So no, there was no athletic deficiency in Leon. It was more of an excess going on up here.
Hey, yo. Oh, my God. Did y'all catch that? Did y'all catch what he just said with a straight face? This super duper straight laced guy is not joking. That was a real assumption that people would come to if people said, hey, yo, let's just dance on flatland. Let's not do bangers. Oh, he must be washed. Aggressive inline must be the fighting games of roller skating, because this is a ridiculous take. That's like if you're playing a fighting game and you feel like a mechanic is unfair, but the pros in that game don't think that the mechanic is unfair, they're going to call you a complainer, and they're going to say that you brought it up because you're embarrassed about losing. This can't be a legitimate concern. No, you are a negative person and you are doing this activity that we frown upon. That's it. Hey, you can't legitimately think that skating on flat land and doing sequences of dance moves is a better idea than hitting bangers. MJ or LeBron? MJ, what does LeBron have to do with dancing?
Yes. While I got the invitation very early to the party, I was extremely late. So I guess I was resistant to the whole wizard skating thing because I was really into the flow skating, city skating stuff. I was trying to prove that just skating and flow
and flow
not having moves was actually a thing.
Was actually a thing. He's laughing. It's crazy.
But I didn't really get into the wizard skating stuff then because I had some refinement to do in my own skating. I had some things I wanted to do and propagate.
Yeah, the street skating can be hard on me, and I'm not going to lie. It's nice to have a gentler side of the sport to retreat to.
Dang. Oh my God. They gonna think I'm wizard skating because I'm washed. He's playing copyrighted music too. Is this the second copyrighted music that I played on my stream? Maybe it's not copyrighted because I'm not seeing the flash, but so he initially laughed at it, but when he got out and he noticed that Let's check out his moves. I gotta check him out with the sound off just in case. So he's saying I do fall in the experimentation mode, but when I fall like this, I'm moving slower. And this is how I know no black people have ever inline skated. Not no black people. Back to what I was saying. There has never been a large community of black people that have inline skated. That were really, if we set a trap, we gonna be able to jump them like it's the gorilla in the 100 versus one gorilla argument. I don't even know where I'm going with this. I completely forgot. When I go back and listen to this, I'm gonna remember where I was going with this. Oh yeah, no black people ever doing this. Don't this sound like skating at the rink to you? That's why black people skate at the roller skating rink. Everything that you're describing right now, black people are less risk averse. Oh, yo, I can look sweet, completely decrease the amount of danger that I do, and lean on my ability to dance. Less risk averse in the sense that, like, there's a reason why there's less black skateboarders. There's less black professional skateboarders for a reason. Statistically, African American families will not have the expendable income to take that amount of risk. Like the same thing propagates itself in the business, and when people get out of school, people get into less risky businesses. There's a large, like, yo, it don't take 10 years of jumping downstairs for the average black person to say that, hey, yo, maybe skating super duper fast isn't for me. That's not something that happens. We're not gonna do that. That's not. That's like look what happened with quad skating came back. Look what happened with quad skating came back. I was absolutely flabbergasted. When it was just black people skating, falling was not a thing. Do y'all remember that? When everybody had left roller skating, not being able to skate and falling is not a thing in African American communities. But you go to Derby Land, not being able to turn both ways is funny. That's not funny at the rink. There's no awards for how much pain you go through at the rink. We call them wood taxes. (45-47) don't even want to pay his taxes. The people in power told me not to pay taxes. I pay a CPA every year so I don't have to pay taxes, not the same amount. Like, changing how you pay your taxes will change, like, your ability to live. Like, no, we're not trying to pay. I don't know. This is the second time I've got here listening to wizard skating. And it's just, man, I remember telling people this when quad skating got popular again. I remember how many people I could not convince to slow down and learn how to turn instead of trying to skate as fast as they possibly could and jump around and turn. Like, why? Like, I just did not understand where that emotion came from. I never understood where the emotion and the drive to do something extreme came from. And this is going to connect to cultures again. What's the difference between growing up as an African American and growing up outside of the community? I don't have to put on a pair of roller skates and go outside and pull a banger to have a moment where I felt like I overcame the odds. That alive feeling that people be talking about that they only get from risking it all on roller skating, I don't have to put on my roller skates and do that. Like, I don't got nothing to prove. Like, yo, like, bro, like, all that, yo, I gotta do bangers. Hey, man. I don't know, man. Because I'm going to keep it a buck. If I show up like this one time, I might quit skating. It'll be the last time, last time. Little something, ego. What? And now let's talk about this. And I think about this when I think about, like, the stereotypical thing where the guys in power like to get tied up and spank like children at night. Why do they like to get tied up and spank like children at night? There's this because they making decisions all day. Why does your ego tell you that you got to jump off of stuff? Why is your ego telling you that you have to go farther and step outside of yourself to do something? This ain't this ain't me like talking out loud. Like, I really sat down one day and I thought about it like, okay, Dun Beezy, what is your ego telling you to do? And why is your ego telling you to do those things? What are you lacking? So, it's one of them. I'm pointing the finger at you, but I definitely got 3 fingers pointed back at me. Cause it also connects to the different things that I like to do. Like, when do I feel powerful? So I can't ever knock anybody, and I don't want anybody to make it feel like I'm trying to tear them down or talk about where they come from. It's just one of them moments, like, like, even right now, I have a friend from an international country that came to Washington, D.C. He visited places all around D.C., and they were all on the other side of town from my neighborhood. And like, sometimes people will do stuff and they'll start talking about things, and I'll see like a couple things connect, and I'm like, yo, that's because man, like we really grew up on two different sides of town with two different things. But like even the idea, like everything he's talking about with wizard skating. Wizard skating is taking your inline skates to the rink and dancing to some music. Basically. Like you can put a couple slides in, and even a lot of like the freestyle urban guys. It looks like the freestyle urban guys, they're slalom skating. Slalom skating is already out. That's the second part about wizard skating that I don't completely understand. I've seen choreographed skate of inline skate dancing. I've seen like shows. There's shows in China of people doing like choreographed routines and teams. Let's see if I can find one. Like the other part is freestyle slalom. I'm going to say it. I'm going to say this out loud. Yeah, thank you for saying it. I don't have to say it because you said it. And I like the way that you said this because it's nowhere near as harsh as I thought what I was about to say is going to be. And I think I should say it because I thought it was going to be harsh. Because it's probably perfect for the streamer setting. Wizard skating is white guys admitting that dancing on inline skates was a good idea. But they just can't admit that dancing on inline skates is a good idea because of the entire campaign. And then the attachment to the cultural zeitgeist that aggressive inline skating was rollerblading. Aggressive inline skating was not inline skating. And the fact that people say it was rollerblading, and the fact that regardless of how many steps you jump down, how many bangers you banged, it's called rollerblading for a reason. That stuff that people did in the 90s, the dancey toe spin stuff in the first rollerblading commercials, that is the type of inline skating that sells. That is the inline skating that people remember. And that is the future of the sport. Shunning that part of the sport and trying to prop up the idea that doing bangers and being extreme was inherently better is the reason why inline skating is dead, and it will not come back. Until people stop with the malarkey. Stop with the wizard skating malarkey. Stop it. Get some help. I wasn't going to go here. When I started this stream and I thought about it, I wasn't going to take it here. Okay, I'm not going to tell you to stop with the malarkey because rhythm skating is malarkey. I tell people all the time that rhythm skating is malarkey. That's why when you go into the official roller skating competitions, specifically for the type of skaters that I am, they don't call it a rhythm skating competition. Yeah, y'all can see it. USA Roller Sports calls it culture roll. The nationally sanctioned, oops, it's on the wrong one. Y'all can see my screen, but y'all can't see what I need y'all to see. The nationally sanctioned competition for what people would call rhythm skaters is known as culture roll, Detroit style, fast backwards. So all of these routines get added up and all of these routines become the name rhythm skating. But we didn't get online and say that we were rhythm skaters. There's a small group of people that says they're rhythm skaters. and it's mostly for equipment for people searching. But wizard skating is like, it's another marketing movement. It's a marketing movement like jam skating. But when James Wilson and friends, my apologies, I don't know everybody else's name and all the people that organize jam skating competitions. They were organizing official competitions with their own rule sets, with their own bracket sets that still persist to this day. These wizard skating guys talking about coming from the bottom, freestyle skating, $1,500 frames to do stuff people are doing in $200 skates right now. And the fact that it's a frame and a type of skating, that's... I don't know, man. And then I guess this is the last time I'm gonna say it. And then when you sit down and break down the conclusion, and when I look at 3 or 4 people having it, that's when I had to put the cultural standpoint. It's because they can't dance. There's a logic. They're not from a dancing culture. They Nobody. If you weren't trying to hit bangers, it's because your legs were going. That must have been something that people did. Just a couple connections so people don't think I'm just hating on wizard skating. Like, wizard skating is 10 years old. Let's find some older freestyle slalom clips. 7 years ago. This is popular in China. People getting all sit moves and slides. There's artistic inline skating. What are we talking about? Oh yeah, the turns are from the turns are artistic inline skating turns. That's why it looks so familiar. We got lines drawn on the ground. Like, you mean artistic skating outside? And then the part where I was like, yo, man, this is the story of rhythm skating. But when you put it together that it's a group of, my apologies to describe them like this, certain colored guys starting this stuff in 2015. Talk about wizard skating like it's a patchwork of roller skating traditions. I don't know, guys. I'm still looking at is she a wizard skater? Is she wizard skating? Is she wizard skating? Oh, wow. 200K. I'm sorry, Boss Sweezy. Why do y'all make me do? I can't even blame y'all. I want to blame somebody other than myself. It was me. It was me that decided to do these things. Anyway, I'm going to leave y'all with this. Just do it. Whatever your dream is, I'm going to tell you something like that Alex Hormozy told me that really changed it for me. A lot of times I get caught up in how hard doing something is going to be. Like, today I was breaking down everything that I needed to do in order to go to Thailand, what I needed to do for my visa, and what I'm going to need to do to come back. And for the first time, I got through the idea that it's going to be hard. I got past the hard of there being a dip. I got past the hard of making the commitment. I got past the hard of comparing going to Thailand to staying here. Just the amount of effort that it would take me to stay right here. Because I promise y'all I'm employed. I remember something that Alex Hormozy said. Don't weigh your efforts and your decisions against how hard it's going to be to do the activity right now. Weigh it against the cost of the long-term regret. I'm going to regret it in September. I'm going to regret it in October. I'm going to regret it in December. I'm going to regret it come next August. So, boom. So, step one is get it to the place where you're ready to just do it and you're ready to throw off the fears. After I got there, I was able to sit down and really start to think about the things. Instead of being scared of solving each problem, okay, solve them. So that's why I say, just do it. Throw off the bags of guilt, fear, and anxiety, and give yourself control. Believe in nothing but your own strength. And don't let anybody tell you anything different. And always remember to push past your limits. Until next time, Boss Tweezy.